Backstage at the MEN, the Arctic Monkeys here tonight, joined by Matt and Jamie from the band. Hi guys.
Hello.
Right, we took some suggestions from the XFM listeners as to how I should talk to you, what I should do to sweeten you up. They suggested the album's called Humbug. I should get you some sweets. Big fans?
Yeah.
Okay, right. What you have to do is you have to choose which packet you want, and that represents your personality. We've got some giant strawberries.
Yeah.
We've got some super mix, bit of everything. We've got some fizzy bubble bottles, and we've got some milk chocolate raisins as well. What are you going for?
I like a chocolate raisin.
Chocolate raisin. That's sophistication, that is.
But I like super mix as a term.
I'll tell you what, you can have both, but you can pick one.
Chocolate raisin.
Chocolate raisins. What about you?
I'd probably go chocolate raisins or super mix for the exact same reasons.
Well, there you go. So I think
What's in the super mix?
Super mix shows indecisiveness.
Yeah.
Variety. It's the spice of life.
Quite like the hard soup,
Yeah,
like like the Haribo eggs when they're a bit hard.
Right, okay.
I don't like the soft ones, so maybe I'd go chocolate raisin.
Right, okay. I think we've talked enough about sweets. I think that'll do us for now. How's the tour going so far? You're about halfway through?
Yeah, I reckon. Yeah, it's good, really good. Had a lot of fun.
You've just been how long back from the States? Not too long now, is it?
We had a couple of weeks off before we started this tour, I think. Well, we did America and then Japan, and then came home and then did this.
How did the album go down in the States? How did the new stuff go down? Because I've always thought Arctic Monkeys very British sounding band. Maybe with probably the new album is less British than the other two. But how have you accepted over there?
Good. That's the first place we played it as well live properly. Before we did like Leeds and Reading and stuff, we did a bit of a tour in America, and they seemed to accept it quite nicely.
Yeah, we got to go some places in America that we'd not been before, like Salt Lake City and some other places. Yeah, good Denver.
How good a job that, isn't it?
Yeah, it was good to. Great to play them.
How's the? I mean, obviously Josh Homme producing some of the tracks on the new album, and do you think that's influenced it? Do you think Alex being away with the last Shadow Puppets, because some of the songs have got a bit of a same vibe as the last Shadow Puppets album? Do you think that's influenced the new album at all?
I don't know. I think like what he's from doing Shadow Puppets, he's like had a lot more practice at singing, like in a more
practice at singing.
Well, no, yeah, but I mean singing more rather than like more crooning, if you want. But and it's just he's made another album, so it's more experience in doing stuff. And then Josh definitely had a lot to do with that sounds and just taking us to the desert and the surroundings had a lot of big.
That's where you made the album, in the middle of the desert, was it?
Yeah, in Joshua Tree. It's like 2.5 hours from LA, but it's like a desert town.
That influenced the sound, because I was chatting to Joel from Athlete recently, who recorded their album Black Swan, looking over across the Hollywood sign, and it said Superhuman Touch. When he wrote that, it was like staring at the Hollywood sign, the sun coming up, and it really gave him this I'm on top of the world feeling. So being isolated in the middle of the desert, do you think that has an effect on it?
It might be a slightly different effect to feeling on top of the world and looking at Hollywood sign.
That's a fucking comment, that, innit? Wow.
But I
was looking at the Hollywood sign and I wrote a song and I felt on top of the world.
But we were this was a house. It's a house that's a studio, but and Dave Catchin from Eagles of Death Metal, it's his house / studio, but he lives in it as well, so it's quite good. But because you're all in like the same room and there's no distractions, there's nothing else to do. So you're heavily involved in recording and stuff.
I mean, it was never going to be the same sound as the first album, was it? Because you four lads from Sheffield, and that first album was very much about your lives in Sheffield, and your lives, I imagine, are very different now to you writing about then.
Yeah, exactly. Like obviously a lot of people want that again and again, like the first record, but there's no point for us, and I suppose the majority of people see that you've got to move on and accept it. But yeah, exactly. Like you're right, you have to move on.
Do you have to check it? I mean, we're backstage at the MEN at the moment. You're not in they're not sort of the most glitzy surroundings. You're not a Mariah Carey level yet. She was demanding apparently 10 white kittens. No, it wasn't. It was the other week. I think she was down in London at the O2. She demanded 10 white kittens on stage. You making any outrage on stage? Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
They couldn't do it because of health and safety.
Yeah, so
Well,
they did.
obviously, I mean,
Oh well, yeah. I mean, anyone can ask for something they know they're not going to get. Like, I'm going to check rules and regulations and then say I want an open fire on stage.
you can't really control kittens, can you? It's not like a dog, is it? You can't really. Can you make cats sit?
I guess you could have specially trained cats.
Well, yeah, I suppose.
But they won't have been kittens at that early.
Yeah,
But that's probably why it didn't happen. But no, we haven't really got any. The ping pong table's about as much as we.
No animal's going to make it into the show.
No, I don't think so. They'll just distract us.
That's disappointing. Right, okay, so you're on tour at the moment, you've got a few months left of this, and then looking forward to next year. I know you probably don't want to be thinking about it. 40th anniversary of Glastonbury, didn't do it this year. Are you going to do it next year?
I don't know. We at the moment we're stopping like February, March, and kind of we're in process now. Probably thinking about whether we want to record again or because we enjoyed it that much making this record that we're eager to go again and like do something else.
Okay. Also, song of the decade is the big debate at the moment. Getting to the end of the last 10 years, trying to find the best song of the last 10 years. The Stereophonics said that one of your songs, which I can't remember, but I wrote down, they picked Fake Tales of San Francisco as their favourite song of the decade. So, if you're going to pick a song from the last 10 years, what would be your big song?
That's an hard one to just think of. Did they think of that off the top of their head, just on the spot? Oh, they've done it before. They're trained.
Anything spring to mind?
No,
there's
it's an
loads,
art,
like-
there's a lot of songs.
There's a lot. Even albums is hard. I mean, like the Strokes' first record is one that I've answered this question to before, but in terms of just songs, it's like
Juicebox is a great tune, I think.
Juicebox is a good song.
I'd say
Second one, wasn't it? Second record.
I picked Arcade Fire, Keep the Car Running, if that helps.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I'll come back to you in a bit.
I might not have one. You know,
Right,
I've got
well,
that many.
you can have a think. To finish off, before I let you go, we're going to play a little game, is that all right?
Yeah.
It's called Das Turner or Le Turner.
Oh right, I thought you said Daz Turner because that's somebody else. That's somebody.
Is it? Who's Das Turner?
Darren Turner's just a guy we know.
Good lad?
Yeah, great.
Right, okay. So you've been on tour, you've done a few places in Europe. I've translated some lyrics to German and French. They're either Tina Turner lyrics
Oh yeah.
or Arctic Monkeys lyrics. Das Turner or Le Turner. If you get enough right, we'll play your new record on The Breakfast Show. Fair enough?
Yeah. What do I say if it's Tina then? Just Tina.
Just Tina or Alex, we'll go with that. We'll keep it simple. Okay, your first one. Jo in Eifer das Best, besser an las Gaza res besser as a Jedermann. Jedermann av tas ubek sich das an seven. Baby fist ist Sönnen ich ton sehen.
Tina.
Tina?
Tina.
What you go for?
Now good Tina.
Tina. Simply the best.
Simply the best, eh?
Good, alright, 1 out of 1. Next one. Est votre danser pravis, on danser pour l'argent les à fond, au s'élève, voulez-vous, et flé, Jeffer, les mots de ventre.
Alex, dancing shoes.
You're going for Alex.
Yeah, Alex.
It's another Tina, it's Private Dancer. Private Dancer.
That was a trick one, wasn't it? 'Cause we got
Okay,
to dance it.
right. It's 1-1. Sat im Café, got it? Durch die Rackerfabrik und ich ein Märchentrick und mein Gedanken, weet es, wonder sie sprechen und kraten.
Alex.
Alex.
Crying lightning.
Crying lightning, spot on. Okay, one more. C'est son fait et les mots. Est un fosso les nerveux Sauver, laissez prouser, quel est donc votre monde, vous et vous, pour être galère en moi. On sent une explosion, mais you dynamite votre mot.
Dynamite. Alex.
Alex.
What song?
Bet you look on the dance floor.
Of course it is. 3 out of 4. Good work. Good work. We're getting the signal to say that's it, that's time. So we said how should I finish the interview, and Kat Griffin suggested I should finish the interview by giving the Arctic Monkeys a hug. Are you ready for a hug? Yeah. So I'll pass this on via the power of radio.
We're good.
There we go. Good hugging, lads. Good hugging.